Hello, good people. Welcome back to my channel. It's Gossip Gugu, and I know that I've been MIA for quite some time, but I'm back to cover this year's Love Island All Stars. And the Islanders have already been revealed, they've been confirmed. So let's go on to meet them, starting off with Curtis. And if you don't know who Curtis is, maybe you weren't watching the show back then. He lives on Love Island meme history books because of that heart rate challenge. He will always be remembered, including his romance with Amy Hart as well as his former girlfriend Maura Higgins. Now, Curtis also appeared on Love Island Games in 2023, and when he was asked why he wanted to return back to the villa, he said the idea of settling down is a serious idea for him right now. He hasn't found true love as of yet, and although it sounds cheesy, he thought he'd give it another go. It was great fun the last time around, so he is excited to go back. Now, let's meet the next contestant, and that is Kaz. And even though I wasn't watching Love Island back in her series, I actually started watching Love Island in season 4. I know Kaz from the challenge. She appeared on the challenge UK. This was a little bit after the COVID pandemic, and she actually won that show before she went on into being integrated into the normal challenge, the show. But back to Love Island. We first met her at the villa during Casa Amor back in 2018, and she went on to the finale or the final with her then boyfriend Josh, and the two split months later after their little summer romance. And Cass says a relationship, so she is excited to be heading back to the villa. Now, another person who is excited to go back to the villa is Gabby. Here's why I say she's excited to be going back to the villa. She said it's the trenches out there, and she feels that now she has her ducks in her row. And although it has been 8 years since she went into the villa, she now runs her own business, and she's grown up a lot, and she still hasn't found the one as of yet. Now, although she's 32 and seems rather old, another thing about Gabby is that she went on to the finale or the final alongside her boyfriend Marcel, who also appeared on Love Island season 3 back in 2017. And Marcel will also be appearing on this year's Love Island All Stars. But let's speak about Nas, who is 28 years old. He appeared on the first ever Love Island winter season, and he was able to find love. I deem him as a Love Island success story. Now, here's why. He and his partner Eva lasted or had a relationship for 4 years. To me, that seems like a Love Island success story, because it doesn't seem like he was there for influencer opportunities. And when he was asked why he wants to go back to the villa, he said he had so much fun the first time around and waking up every day with a smile on his face. And now it feels like a full circle moment. Why am I saying circus moment? Because Love Island is a circus. He feels like it is a full circle moment right now, and he says that he was successful the first time around, so he's hoping Love Island can come through again for him. And the next person that I'd like for us to meet is Catherine. She appeared on season 10, which is fairly recent. That happened in 2023. And a lot of people were rooting for her and Scott to rekindle their little romance that they had during Love Island. Now, the one thing I like about Catherine is that she's the prime age for heading into the villa. She is only 24 years old. And when she was asked why she wants to go back to the villa, she said she is ready to find love again. She's ready to find love again, and she's ready to give it another shot. And hopefully she does exactly that. Now, another person who's ready to give it another shot is Olivia. She also appeared on Love Island in 2023, but she appeared on the winter version of the show, and she was coupled up with Kai before Kasamo happened, and he went on to date Sanem and won with Sanem and is engaged to Sanem, unless if they got married, because I haven't been following the pace since that engagement. Now, one thing about Olivia, her body is banging. The swimsuit looks phenomenal on her, but she was a nightmare to watch on our screens. Hopefully this time around she will be more pleasant to watch. And she said she is still single and she's getting close to her 30s and she's ready now to meet a very nice man, and hopefully she does that when because that's the reason why she's heading back to the villa. Now Ronnie, who is 28 years old, I really enjoyed watching Ronnie. He's also a prime age for going to Love Island. Not too old. It makes sense. Close to his 30s, but not quite there yet. Now, Ronnie was entertaining to watch. I think he got dumped way too soon. Him and Harriet were individually and as a couple bringing entertainment value. And although that relationship didn't last long, even Stevie Wonder could see that that relationship was not going to last. I hope Ronnie still brings on that same character vibe. And although I still want him to find love, and when he was asked why is he heading back to the villa, he says that he has grown a lot since then. You have to wisen up. And this is not in a bad way to Harriet, but he's in a good position to find someone now and move on. And hopefully he will be able to move on. Another person trying to move on is Scott. He is 36 years old and he's the second oldest islander heading to the villa. And he first appeared in 2016 alongside Katie. Katie recently appeared on our screens. She got Molly dumped, and Molly's that first islander to return back into the show. She returned back in Kasamo. And back to Scott, when he was asked why he's heading back to the villa, he says that he's been on a massive journey over the last 5 years, and he's been working on sobriety, personal growth, self-development. And when he first went into the villa, he was a boy, and now he finally knows who he is. And although it might sound cheesy, he is ready to settle down. And hoping that he finds someone to settle down. Could that person be Alma, who's 32 years old, from season 5? Maybe. But we first met Alma, who entered the villa alongside Mora as a bombshell. But the thing about Alma is that when she entered with Mora gave us entertainment value. She injected entertainment, and I think Mora's aura overshadowed Alma a little bit, and she didn't appear on the show for a long time, and she hopes that this time around her time isn't cut short, and she knows who she is, and she wishes she could be the next Sophie and Josh or Molly and Smith. And those two couples mentioned there are the two successful couples from last year's All Stars, as they are still together. Now let's meet India, who first appeared also in season 5. She appeared after Casa Mo. She went on to date Ovi, and the two of them split a couple of months after leaving the show, or after the show has ended. And when asked why she wants to go back to the villa, she says and she thought that she is ready to settle down. Now, another who is ready to head back to the villa is Luca, who's also a prime age for entering Love Island. He appeared in season 8, which is the same season as Gemma Owen, and I think that he dimmed his personality a little bit just to fit into who Gemma Owen is outside of the show, who she's affiliated with, her father, and so forth. That Luca really started to not be himself around her, and Luca and Gemma became official after leaving the show, and 3 months after they were together, they separated, and Luca then went on to go to Celebrity MasterChef, and he was a runner-up on that show. And I was really chuffed to see him do well on the show. And when he was asked why he wanted to go back to the villa, he said that he had a good time. So why not give it another show? He said he has another opportunity, or rather meeting up with someone special, so why not give it a shot? Some of these things that I'm saying is what the Islanders said, and a little bit of me adding spice to what they said, because it's not verbatim. That would be boring. You can go ahead and read it elsewhere if you want it verbatim. Now, the last confirmed Islander is Marcel, who's 39 years old, and Marcel is Gabby's ex. And I hope that they don't do that storyline of exes, because I am not here for it. Now, Marcel is also the oldest Love Islander heading back to the villa, and this doesn't make sense. Why a 39-year-old? You are in your 40s. Like, he's either going to be 40 this year or next year. And I don't understand why he's not married with kids. But allegedly, according to the tab, there was an article that said that he is still technically married despite his Love Island All-Star appearance. Now, when someone has rumors that are happening outside the villa prior to them starting off, it never pans out well. But let's pick up what the rumored bombshells that are expected to appear on All Stars 2025, starting off with ekin-su. Now, ekin-su changed the Love Island game. She was the first person to crawl at the terrace, and ever since, there've been many people that were crawling at the terrace. Even a previous winner from last year, Mimi, had her own little situation where she was doing some weird things at the terrace. And ekin-su also went on to appear on Celebrity Big Brother. She also appeared on the show. The show's airing now. What's it called? It has an orange logo. Murder, The Traitors. She went on to The Traitors, not the UK version that's airing now. She went on to a celebrity version with some of the cast from some celebrities rather from the US. She was murdered rather quickly, so she didn't fare well then on All Stars if she does appear. Next person who I hope also fares well on All Stars is Kieran, who ended things with Nicole just a couple of months ago. And even Stevie Wonder could see that that relationship was not going to last for a lifetime, because Nicole had so many insecurities to give her so much reassurance on that it really wasn't going to last. It would tire anyone. So him being single, to me, makes sense. So hopefully he finds someone there, and someone else who relationship ended rather quickly is well, it didn't end rather quickly, but it is Tanya. She ended things off with her Winter Love Island boyfriend Shaq, and this is apparently out of the blue. No one knows what's happening. So if both her and Shaq appears on the show and they give us a little storyline of what happened with their situation, that would be great for anyone that is a fan of them. Otherwise, they can miss us. The next person rumored to be on the show is Casey. Now, with Casey, it was actually the Mirror interviewing his BFF Tom, who won last year's All Stars alongside Molly, who said Casey is probably going to appear on the next series of All Stars. Now, I hope for Casey's sake that he doesn't appear on the show, because the last time Tom really carried him through. I think it was supposed to be dumped rather quickly, but because of his friendship circle, he lasted there longer. Now, the next rumored person to be on the show is Tyreek. Now, his friend, light-skinned dude, Toby appeared on the previous Love Island All-Stars, so I guess he felt like, if my friend can appear like on Love Island All-Stars, Love Island, and the games, why not give it another go? So he's given it another go. And I mean, after his breakup with Ella, like he has been single, so why not find love again through Love Island? It makes sense, but we'll see whether he appears or not. Gemma Owen is also rumored to return on the show. Now, will she be having that little storyline with her ex Luca? I don't know. But also, as much as that few people that I want for them to have that X on the beach storyline for her don't really want it. I was such a fan of Gemma. If you remember me covering the show, she was part of my faves. She was my number one girly. And the thing about her that I love is that she stands out. Yes, everyone goes into Love Island and they become influencers afterwards, but her story is a little bit different. She does the horse riding thing, and it's different. Even the influencing that she does is different from everyone. It's not the fast fashion that we expect. So she's a breath of fresh air, and I can't wait to see her. Now, a person who's not a breath of fresh air is Scott. This is going to be his fourth time around. Could it be that fourth time is the charm? I don't know, but I feel like I've seen a lot of Scott on these Love Island shows, and maybe he will have a little situationship, a little ex on the beach storyline with Catherine, but I don't think so. I don't really want to watch that. But another X on the Beach storyline could be with Davide, who's also rumored to appear on the show. Could he have that X on the Beach storyline with Gemma Owen? Because while they were on the same season, they had a little stint where they were coupled up together for a couple of days before ekin-su arrived. Or will he have the beach storyline with ekin-su? I don't know, but he is rumored to also appear on the show. And when ekin-su and Davide come face to face, will they give us another Molly and Callum sort of storyline? I do not think so. But let's move on to meet the next rumored bombshell, and that is Sam. Now, Sam appeared on last year's Love Island, and he was only in the villa for 48 hours. And a lot of people believe that his time was cut short. He actually suffered from the arrival of Joy Essex because Joy Essex had him dumped when he partnered up with Samantha, and he had to leave the show, and then it became the Joy Essex show. So hopefully he will have the second time around for him, second chance for him, because there were quite a few people demanding for him to be back on the show. Now, another islander that suffered from the scorn of Joey Essex is Samantha. And Joey Essex just used her as a placeholder. So hopefully this time around she has success on the show. Now, another person, speaking of placeholders, Josh used Mimi as a placeholder. Now, head into the comment section and tell me he did not, because a lot of the bullshit, pardon my language, a lot of the things he was settling for, I don't think he would have settled for that on the outside world. And I think that just because he wanted to appear on the show, he did that. And so I feel like he used Mimi as a placeholder. Yeah, sure, they won the show and they broke up. La-di-da-di-da. He's not the first person to win the show and break up with this person. So am I a fan of Josh? Not really. But let's move on to someone who I am a fan of, and that is Lucinda. Even though on her Love Island Australia, which happened, I think, 2 years back, she was giving mean girl vibes because of the person that she was dating. I still like Lucinda, and I want her to do well if she does appear on the show this time around. But who knows? But another person who I love is Ovi. Well, I don't love Lucinda. I love Ovi, and I cannot wait for Ovi to appear on the show. He is now rumored to appear on the show, so it's not a confirmed thing, but I wish that it is, because back in season 5, I think he should have. She is part of the 2 plus and he's obviously still into women, so it was never going to work. But I feel like a better storyline, and I think that he was the actual person that was supposed to be paired together, even though the two ended up being friends and that friendship also just fizzled out. But that is everybody that is rumored to be on the show, and we're still going to have the same host. Now, tell me, what are your thoughts? Who are you excited to see? And thank you so much for watching the show, and hopefully I'll see you next time. All right then, Gossip Gugu out.